Is Donald Trump running out of options on Iran, as the United States looks for new strategies to counter Tehran's growing challenge? The Trump administration is reportedly exploring a new creative approach toward Iran, with U.S. troops and officials being asked to provide ideas for possible next steps. Inside the Pentagon, a major brainstorming effort is underway as military planners consider how Washington could respond to Iran and increase pressure on Tehran. A surprising request from Centcom has reportedly emerged, seeking fresh ideas and new approaches as the U.S. evaluates its options in the escalating confrontation with Iran. U.S. Central Command officials are reportedly seeking new approaches from military analysts on ways to increase pressure on Iran, as Washington continues evaluating options amid rising tensions. A Centcom intelligence officer sent an email requesting creative and unconventional ideas, seeking proposals that could provide additional strategic options for addressing Iran-related challenges. According to a CNN report, the message asked for possible measures to pressure and punish Iran, reflecting discussions within U.S. military circles over potential responses and policy options. A U.S. Central Command intelligence branch officer reportedly wrote an email stating, and I quote, "We are looking for new creative and unconventional ways to pressure and punish Iran." Unquote. The brainstorming request was considered unusual because it was reportedly distributed through a broad email channel, allowing a wider group of analysts to contribute ideas on possible approaches. The move highlights the limited options the Trump administration faces as it seeks ways to pressure Tehran into reaching a potential agreement while managing ongoing tensions. A second source said Centcom is reviewing its current approach and examining all possible options as officials assess different strategies for addressing the Iran situation. Centcom spokesperson Captain Timothy Hawkins said the command has a history of innovative thinking and regularly explores new ideas to address complex security challenges. The latest Centcom request highlights the search for a new path forward as the conflict with Iran continues and U.S. officials consider additional measures. A new Trump proposal linked reopening the Strait of Hormuz to renewed U.S.-Iran negotiations, according to the Associated Press. The proposal also called for a halt to military attacks across the region as part of a broader diplomatic initiative, AP reported. According to the Associated Press, the plan envisaged reopening the Strait of Hormuz as part of a wider package aimed at reducing tensions. A regional official involved in the mediation efforts said the proposal had been presented to both Washington and Tehran. The official told the Associated Press that no final agreement had yet been reached between the United States and Iran. The official added that mediation efforts were continuing as diplomats worked to narrow the remaining differences between the two sides. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most critical oil choke points amid continuing tensions in the Gulf region. Notably, President Trump has delayed or cancelled planned military strikes against Iran at least 10 times since February 28. March 21, 48-hour ultimatum. Trump threatened strikes on Iran's electrical infrastructure and issued a 48-hour deadline. March 23, 5-day delay. He postponed the planned strikes, citing progress toward a possible diplomatic resolution. March 26, 11-day extension. The deadline for attacks on Iranian electrical facilities was extended by another 11 days. April 5 to 8. Mediation pause. Strike deadlines were repeatedly extended and suspended during talks that led to a temporary ceasefire. May 19, 1 hour away. Trump said he was an hour away from ordering a major strike before deciding to postpone it. June 11, tonight strike cancelled. He threatened a major attack tonight, but called it off just hours later as negotiations resumed. Late June, early July. Posture adjustments. Military plans were repeatedly revised following the collapse of the June 17 Interim Memorandum of Understanding. August 2, 2-week suspension. Trump paused a new round of planned infrastructure strikes with less than 2 hours remaining before his self-imposed deadline. Condition for the pause. Reopening the Strait of Hormuz remained the key condition, with military action still possible if negotiations failed. Iranian hardline lawmaker Mahmoud Nabavian has claimed to reveal what he described as the true U.S. military death toll from the war with Iran. Nabavian claimed in a post on X that the actual U.S. war death toll had reached approximately 600 personnel. Addressing the American public, Nabavian accused Washington of concealing the true scale of U.S. military casualties. He alleged that the US government was not telling its citizens the full truth about the conflict with Iran. Earlier, the New York Times reported that the Pentagon reduced its official Iran war death toll from 18 to 14. According to the report, several service members were removed from the casualty list because they died after President Trump declared the April ceasefire. Iran's IRGC is reportedly weighing preemptive military strikes if negotiations with the United States collapse, according to the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal cited an Iranian diplomat but did not specify which potential targets could be considered for any such strikes. The report said it remained unclear whether any Iranian response would be directed against US assets, Israel, or both. Meanwhile, regional mediators have continued diplomatic efforts to secure a new ceasefire agreement between Washington and Tehran. The Wall Street Journal reported that Qatari mediators presented Iran with a fresh proposal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. According to the report, Iranian diplomats responded positively to the proposal, raising hopes that a broader compromise could be reached. The proposed arrangement would introduce new shipping traffic patterns designed to facilitate maritime transit through the Strait of Hormuz. The Wall Street Journal said Iran continued to insist on retaining control over at least part of both designated shipping lanes.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.